So this morning, about an hour ago at the time of me recording this video, Call of Duty dropped an update. And within this update have been some nerfs to some guns and some buffs to some guns and some game modes. So not a big update, but they made some significant changes that I would like to go over with. And most importantly, they changed the Strider 300 and it's all positive. With that being said, I'll go over the patch notes with you guys and I'll go over the best Strider 300 class that you guys can use after this update. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, it feels really nice. So going right into the Season 3 patch notes, I'm going to go in order for you guys here. So we're on April 21st. And for game mode changes, all they did for Overload was increase the round time to 5 minutes. If you play Overload, that's probably a good change. And moving on to the important stuff here, this is the weapon tuning. So they say here, today we have a small but impactful list of tuning changes that address early feedback on the new Season 3 weapon and attachment content. So we start here with the MK35 ISR. And they, give you a little explanation here of what they want to do and what they intend to have and what it's probably missing. And what they're doing is just adjusting the damage here a little bit. So the maximum damage range is just going up by 1 and the minimum damage range is going to stay the same. The headshot multiplier is increased a little bit. The sprint to fire time has improved a little bit as well. And the tactical sprint to fire time, for those of you who use tac sprint, has also improved. So nothing too crazy with the MK35 ISR, just a little bit of a damage buff and a little bit of a sprint to fire buff. And then we're moving on to the VST. So the VST is a high recoil gun, and I think they just wanted to improve on that a little bit while keeping the recoil still punishable since this is a fast firing SMG. So they slightly reduced the view kick strength, and then they just adjusted some of the recoil attachments to just have a little bit of an improvement. And then with the carbon, they just addressed an animation issue when using hybrid optics. So if you use hybrid optics on the carbon and you had some animation issues, then this is all good. Now we're moving on to the important thing, the thing you guys are all here for, the Strider 300. And as you can see, they put a whole fucking essay for us here to read. So as special thanks to our sniper community for all of the feedback on the new Strider 300, we have an update to the ADS animation coming in Season 3 Reloaded. So they've made changes to the Strider, but they have not changed the ADS animation yet. That's kind of our biggest complaint right now, but we know it's coming in Season 3 Reloaded, so we have nothing to worry about right now. In the meantime, we have several other changes to make sure it's sitting in a unique spot as the quickest bolt action in BO7. Fire time has been greatly reduced and ADS time has noticeably improved as well. To keep things in check, we've redistributed some of the grip ADS improvement into the fast mag and handling laser. The weapon will still be net positive if you're just equipping the quick draw grip, but achieving extremely snappy ADS will require going all in across nodes. So they're saying the quick draw grip is still going to be very good and very viable. They're buffing that too. But to have the snappiest ADS, you're going to have to put on the fast mag, the laser, and I'll give you guys a class setup for that. We'll go into that soon. With the quick draw grip, it's still going to be snappy. And then lastly, we made some damage and hit location multiplier changes that do not change the one-shot potential, but will improve collaterals when hitting the upper torso or arms. So I didn't see too many people complaining about this. I guess we had some issues with the damage, but this is supposed to be a fast sniper, so having low damage is expected. This isn't a change we actually expected. We didn't know they were going to change the ADS animation. Everybody was complaining about that. That was bound to happen. We took our chances with the rechamber speed, but the ADS time and the damage being changed is a very huge W for us, especially with the nerfs we got with the Strelok laser in the last season. It's nice to see that we're still getting some treatment here. So Strider 300 damage attachments, the maximum damage range has been increased from 102 from 0 to 66 to 112, and the minimum damage range has also been increased from 90 to 98. So you'll still get the same hit markers you're supposed to get, but what this 98 does is allow a bullet to penetrate through multiple bodies if you're going like upper torso. So collapse should be more consistent right now. And then moving on to the adjustments. So the fire time has been decreased from 280 to 170. This is very noticeable. The torso, lower arm, hand, and upper leg multipliers decreased from 0.9 to 0.82. I think this is just to balance out the damage range being increased for upper torso. And the received flinch increased from 0.75 to 0.85. So obviously we're gonna have to have some flinch if we're gonna have this snappy sniper. We can't just have all these positive attributes and not get a little bit of punishment for it. And then ADS sight time reduced from 480 to 440. So this is just the base ADS time. And then Strider 300 attachment adjustments. So this is just a bunch of the attachments have been adjusted for these buffs. So the damage barrel has had its multipliers reduced a little bit for the hand, upper leg, lower leg, and the foot. And then the 6-round fast mag has had significant ADS time improvement. So from 10 to 15. The quick draw grip has ADS time improvement from 65 to 50, and then the mobile quick draw grip has also had a bit of an improvement as well. And then the handling laser has increased from 15 to 25. Very beautiful changes on this, and I'll show you guys how this looks in the range here soon. We wanted the Strider to feel like the Outlaw. The Outlaw was a very low damage sniper, but a very snappy sniper, and it felt very rewarding. The problem we had with the Strider was that the Hawker was already close to its fire rate and ADS speed, so people would just use the Hawker. Like, what's the point of using the Strider? Now we have more unique attributes to the sniper that people would want to use for a different style of gameplay when it comes to using it. And then this says VS Recon right here. This is actually just a change for the Shadow SK shotgun attachment. So I don't really care for this. You guys can pause the video and read through this if you really want to. And then for pistols, they adjusted the 1911. So they addressed an issue preventing akimbo from gaining intended benefit from fast hands, and they reduced firing motion when using the bow and scout scope on the 1911. So, and then we'll go through the rest of these patch notes for you guys. There's not too many changes, so we'll go through these real quick. So the ion core's health has been reduced from 900 to 550. The EMP grenade damage now gets destroyed in 4 EMP grenades instead of 6. And then they also fixed the glitch with the Deadeye drone, where if you put the extended mag overclock, it's not like indestructible anymore. People were abusing that a lot, so I'm glad to see that they changed this. We have a couple rank plate changes. So they unrestricted the NPC, and they addressed an issue where the RCXD was not removed from some loadouts. That's all your changes on these patch notes. You guys can go through this yourself, read through it in more detail than I have. I just wanted to mostly go over the sniper. I will put this link in the description if you guys want to go through these patch notes yourself. And now we're going to move on to the class setup for the Strider. This is what you guys are mostly here for, to see the new class with this new update. So I'll tell you guys right now, when I go into this range, and this is with my new class, look at how snappy this is. Just pay attention. I'll turn my camera off so you guys can see the animation a little better. So as you can see, that's a pretty snappy sniper. This is really fast, and this is with like max ADS speed attachments and with the fire rate. So you guys can definitely notice a difference here. This is a completely different sniper than what we were using yesterday. So it's nice to have it like this. I'm missing a lot of shots right now because it's the morning and I'm just waking up and I'm tired. But I mean, you guys can just tell. We still have the very awkward animation, but in my opinion, the fact that this sniper is just faster already makes it less awkward. And we're going to get an animation change in Season 3 Reloaded. So this will feel even better once that update comes. This is probably going to be a go-to sniper for a lot of people just because it's going to be so nice and snappy, especially after the animation gets changed. So let's move on to the class. So if you want maximum ADS speed, these are the attachments you're going to run. You're going to run the VS762 brake. That hasn't changed. The short barrel hasn't changed. We're still going to use this focus guard. At least for me, I'm going to use that focus guard. And now we're moving on to the magazine. So if you guys remember from my first video, I didn't even use a magazine on this at all. I just had this with no mag. You guys can now run the 6-round fast mag. It says A round, but it's a 6-round. But it reloads pretty quick. Like, let's say you have 1 bullet left, you kill somebody, you need to reload. It's pretty fast. I think I'm probably just going to run it with a mag. You don't have to run it with a mag. So if we run this without a mag and we go into the firing range, it's still pretty snappy, but you do notice, you know, that it's slower. So that's up to you guys. If you want snappier but less bullets in your mag, you go fast mag. If you want it to still be somewhat snappy, but you know, you can handle losing a little bit of ADS speed, then the no mag is your way to go. You get 2 extra bullets. All right, and then the hatch quick grip is going to be your go-to. You can use the mobile quick draw grip if you want, but I just think the hatch quick grip is better. You're not really diving too many times. I guess if you're sliding a lot, you can use this. In my opinion, just use a quick draw grip. This has just faster ADS speed overall, so it's more worth it over the mobile. And then we're still going to use the bow and industrial stock, so they increase the flinch. So remember, this sniper got buffed, but they still increased the flinch. So you want to still try and reduce that flinch as much as you can, because it's going to be a little more noticeable now. So this bow and industrial stock is the stock you're going to have to be running. And this is where we get to another attachment you can probably swap out. So in our original class setup, we were using the Strelok laser. Now I'm probably going to be using the handling laser. If we use the Strelok laser, you'll have your ability to pop shot a little bit before you're fully ADS. It's still pretty snappy. So this is kind of up to your comfortability with the attachments. If you want to have, you know, just a little bit of a pop shot right before your ADS, you can use this, or you can just, you know, go with the faster ADS speed with the other laser, and you'll still be able to have that snappy shot. In my opinion, this is one of those attachments where you can just use either or, and it really doesn't make a difference. Like right now, I'm still pop shotting the same and it's still snappy. So you can run Strellock, you can run the handing laser. That one is really just up to you guys. And then last but not least, you're going to need that quick bolt. Just a must-have attachment. You don't even want these other ones. They shouldn't have them in here. It's just not even worth it. Unless you're playing Warzone, of course, and you have a whole different class setup. But that is your final class setup for the Strider. But go out there, guys, use this class and hit some nasty clips with it. I can already see the clips people are going to be hitting with this. It's going to be very nasty. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different type of video for me. I usually show gameplay and stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.